Growing my beard for the last 3 years. I said I will not cut my facial hair until we get justice for Oscar Grant. And I might look like a black Papa Smurf right now. But I'm still gonna fight for justice for Oscar Grant.
Yeah!
Right? So can we get an Oscar Grant chant? Who we want justice for? We want justice for
Oscar Grant.
We want justice for Oscar Grant. We want. Come on. We want justice.
Oscar Grant.
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 No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Yeah, and we cannot forget a 5-year-old was killed the other day. You know, a 1-year-old got killed a few weeks ago. Man, they killing kids out here. We got to create safety zones. We're not just fighting against police brutality and what the police doing to us, but we fighting against what we doing to us. But we have to educate our people. We have to raise up our people. We have to stop these violence. We have to have safety zones for our children. We have to have places where they can live and play and be happy. Like children, be innocent. No more stolen lives. Justice for Oscar Grant. And all power to the people.
Guilty.
Why you looking like that?
Why?
Don't be ashamed to be black.
Don't cry.
Dry your eyes, why you looking like that?
Like that, like
Don't be ashamed to be black. Little nappy head.
Darker than most. Pussy often had a coat cause he ain't had no coat. And the teacher wouldn't teach him cause it's snotty. All the kids used to laugh at his raggedy clothes. I don't know if they was poor, but they sure was broke. I know his mama had a job and they ain't do dope. He grew up in the town where it ain't no hope. And he was thrown to the woods where he learned to go. By junior high, started drinking smoke on weed. Sell death on the street for some luxury. By 19, he done seen the penitentiary. Trying to come up, watching too much TV. And don't ridicule his boy, cause his boy was me. Always liked to read and love poetry. And now I know why the cage birds seem to escape the pain of his reality. They don't cry.
Dry your eyes, why you looking like that?
Like that. Don't be ashamed to be black.
Don't cry, dry your eyes, why
I'm
you
saying,
looking like that? Like that.
James got killed cause he was black.
Don't cry, dry your eyes.
Most of us get killed cause we black. Driving while black is a crime.
Why you looking like
Imagine
that?
we're driving with dreads.
A hand, you know, with all the fingers are divided, one finger could get hurt, the next finger could get hurt, but a strong, powerful fist can break the shackles of slavery, you know, can get a system of black eye, and that's what we need.
I am Oscar Grant. I am Oscar Grant. These wicked police want to shoot me in the dick. I am Oscar Grant. I am Oscar Grant. I am Oscar Grant. These police trying to shoot me in the back. Right. I am Oscar Grant. I am Oscar Grant. I am Oscar Grant. These wicked police trying to shoot me in the back. Right. I am Oscar Grant. I am Oscar Grant. I am Oscar Grant. Man, it's crazy out here. Look. They look at us like monsters, but I get teary-eyed every time I look at Wanda Oscar Grant's mama. Put some Musalama on her, send this message to Obama. We going to war, they talk about the middle class, but we the functioning poor. He apologized to Henry Gates, but we get ignored. Bucked up and beat up and guffed up on the back of a Ford. 30 shots in the door, let the Andre dip.
So it's like our God-given right to fight back. It's our God-given right to engage in the things that we're doing, because it's destruction to our people. It's like the Black Plague, you know what I mean? And it's like when God said, get out of that land and don't turn back. You know, some of our people are turning into pillars of salt, and they're bitter. They're bitter because of that. And so they're fighting against us even more because they know that we are the chosen people. They know that we deserve liberation, but they too scared to fight against their own oppressors because they have become their own oppressors in some ways and fashions.
We gon' rob a chair, we gon' rob a chair, we gon' rob a chair.
All right.
We gon' rob a chair, we gon' rob a chair. That's what it is, bro. And we gonna keep the fight alive, man.
When I was on probation and parole, can't be in groups of 3s or 4s, can't be out at a certain time of night. You know, we got to realize that this is the same thing that's going on. I read a slave narrative where a woman said that the slave master, a white man, has never been in my house before. This was a slave woman. So we got to think about it in these streets, man. We still slaves. You know what I'm saying? The masters is on top of Piedmont Hill, you know, Montclair Hills, looking over on us, the working class, the working people, and putting us down to make themselves richer and richer. And we can't tolerate it anymore.
No justice, no peace, no peace, no justice, no peace, no peace, no justice, no peace, no peace, and the movement don't cease till my people get a peace. No justice, no peace, no peace, no justice, no peace, no.
Yeah, so people know, you know what I'm saying, we got an event coming up this Tuesday, you know what I'm saying, we occupy the Department of Justice, you hear me? We gon' lock it down for liberty, against the prison industry, this is modern slavery, they trying to make us work for free, lock it down for liberty, against the prison industry, this is modern slavery,
No justice, no peace, Mike.
they treat us like dirt in the pen, like third of a man, like 1971 won't happen again. Africans had a right to resist when police make you eat and sleep when you pissing your shit. Throw me in the bullpen as if I wanted it, and then try to separate me from my wife and my kids like life in the pen. It's something to say to me. They built a jailhouse when they abolished slavery. Now that's some fashion shit. The food make you impotent. You can't go to school. It's cool to be ignorant. I'm belligerent against the North. It's been attacks on the blacks since before I was born.
But look at how they railroad and did George Jackson. You know, 1 year to life. They never planned on letting that man up out the same way as they didn't plan on letting LaFell Mixon out if he'd have got a hold to him again. If you know anything about the case, you got to look into the first officers that was on the scene that jacked LaFell Mixon. They were former Oakland riders out of West Oakland. Instead of getting rid of these police officers after the lawsuit, they sent them to other neighborhoods to kill and destroy, just like the devil does. You know what I mean? So when LaFell Mixon got rolled on by that officer, he knew what it was about. These officers are famous and lost in court for beating people, putting drugs on people, and killing people in our black communities. So of course he was gonna fight back. You know, he became a martyr, you know, and he used his body as a weapon, just as George Jackson would have said. You know, I'm pretty sure the brother had read some George Jackson while he was locked down for, I think he did 6 years. You know, my cousin Sephora was calling me from Louisiana talking about your cousin that got shot up by the police. I didn't know we had any relations, but if you look at the people that really made change, physical change right here, most of them came from Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Look at Huey P. Newton. Look at Stanley Tookie Williams. Look at Geronimo Pratt. These people came out of Louisiana with that Haiti type of revolutionary mind, you know, because the difference in white folks, European imperialism and the France, they didn't take our drum away. So they still knew their drum in Haiti up under the France. And then Louisiana got taken away from France in the Louisiana Purchase. So these people still had the same revolutionary mind as did Haiti. And that revolutionary mind moved when they spread and went down west, that most people from Oakland, California are naturally from Louisiana with that same mind state, The beautiful thing about Black Riders Liberation Party is that the brothers started in jail, you know, watching old school movies and whatnot, to realize that they need to stand together and fight back against the system and the powers that be, to stop banging blue and red and start banging black. You know, that's the most important thing, to find a common enemy, to be able to alleviate ourselves from our street violence and what the general calls tribalism, you know. For us to stand up against that. Naturally, you know, the People's Community Medics and our ventures and what we're doing with the People's Community Medics, we learn and realize that our people are victims. Like what happened with Oscar Grant, they patch him on one side knowing that a bullet went through and let him bleed to death. This didn't just happen with him. It happened with my young partner JR. They got shot and they just blocked the whole street off and just let him bleed to death. What we need to do is be properly trained and know what to do in these situations, because we're the first people on the scene doing a violent act. You know, that we can hold our people's lives, the people that we trust and love dearly. My grandmother died in my arms from a heart attack and an asthma attack at the same time about 2 years ago. And as I beat on her chest and I held her, I'm talking to the people on the phone, help me so I can administrate CPR to my grandmother. They could not tell me nothing. It took an hour and a half or maybe 2 hours before they even got there. You know, and that's what the People's Community Medics is about us saving lives in our own community because they don't care about our lives. You know, a lot of times the ambulance is slow to come because they know that we don't have proper health care. And then you see in the situation what happened with James' cousin, that they can take you to a hospital and they can refuse services. So we need to know what to do in the neighborhood to take care of our own lives. You know, hopefully we can start taking out bullets and sewing up people ourselves because a lot of times we scared to call the ambulance. We scared to call the police because that means us being victim at the same time. You know, and we got to be willing to die because that's the first thing that we know that we have to do in life. You know, everything else maybe comes and goes, but death is the only thing from the day that you take your first breath that we know that we have to do, and we can't be scared of death. We have to embrace it. We have to use it to fight because they use us being scared of death as a fear tactic for us to not fight against the powers that be. But who it's gonna be on? It's gonna be on the youth. You know, it has to be on the youth. These old people, they got a lot of good sense. But even the Black Panther Party back in the days, if you was over 30, they wouldn't even let you join. If you had a wife and kids, you couldn't even join. Why? Because these people have been pacified. Because they have something to lose. It's gonna be on our youth, the ones who have nothing to lose, but they change. The change. You know what I mean? So we have to build them. We have to teach them. We have to show them which ways to go so that they don't make the same mistakes that we did. You know, like I do with my children. You know, I treat them right. I teach them right. You know, I teach them that there's consequences to everything that they do. You know, if they go bad, start tearing up the house, don't want to clean up, then even as a child, I let him know that if you can't respect my rules, then you can leave my house. And about 5 minutes on the porch, then they come in the house and they just want to help. You know what I mean? That's what we have to do. Tough love to our people out here. You know, we have to go out there. We have to put our life on the line for our people out here. Some people say, with Black Riders Liberation Party, talk about dying, talk about they not scared of death. They talking about running in the police face and confronting the police. Well, if I didn't, they'd probably still kill me anyway.
That's right.
All power to the people.